Hello everyone and welcome to another video brought to you by Personal Mastery TV. I'm your host, Master Brett Lechtenberg. This is our continuing video series based on the things that we're doing with our martial arts and our fitness classes. We're going to be talking continually about martial arts techniques, martial arts concepts, fitness drills, fitness concepts, nutrition tips, things of that nature. So you'll be able to follow along with us whether if you weren't able to make it in class, you'll know it was covered kind of in class, and you'll also be able to see and do the things in class if you need a refresher or see what we've got coming up in the week in class. All right, so enjoy this video. All right, everybody, we're going to jump right into this week's video. All right, so this week's martial arts concept that we're focusing on in class has to do with footwork again, but something a little more basic than actual types of footwork. It's just the fact that any good hand technique should be preceded by footwork. That means footwork should come first. That's how you set up a good hand technique. Now, we've worked on the different types of footwork, right? We've worked on, drag step and push, pull, and all kinds of different things in class, as you're aware. So as you're in class this week, the instructors, as you come around and say you're facing that bag, they're going to be talking to you. One, make sure that stance is still good, heel up, you got crown and coccyx alignment, all the things we've been talking about. But that before you throw a hand technique, elbow technique, whatever it is, that you have some footwork. Whether you're moving that front foot, whether you're shuffling, whether that back foot steps, kind of depends on the drill that we're doing. But the rule of thumb, whether it's self-defense, especially in the ring, with sparring, especially for boxers, kickboxers, is that all good hand techniques are preceded by footwork. So they're going to be giving you different drills. Bang, right? Whether you move that front foot before you jab, whatever. Footwork sets up your other techniques. So that's really important. All right, so all good hand techniques are set up by footwork. Okay? So they'll be talking about that in class. You're working on that on the bag, etc. Now, our fitness concept for this week is what's called the Tabata principle. Now, you have noticed that in classes we've been actually working on this a great deal with our exercise format, warm-up exercises, and with the way that we're teaching our combinations, sparring techniques, etc. in bursts. Now, the Tabata principle in general, just in a nutshell, says that whatever exercise you're going to do has to be done in short bursts, and that the rest interval should be half as long as the burst of exercise, right? So if you were going to do wind sprints for 1 minute, you take 30 seconds break, etc. Notice in class we're working on a 20-10 dynamic for some things, a 30-15, and a lot of scientific research has gone into this, and you'll notice that if you do this a lot, that your performance level, especially for things like sparring, hitting the bag, the things that we do as martial arts, dramatically improves, as opposed to, say, something like going out and running 5 miles, jogging 5 miles. Yes, you're getting into a condition, but since we don't train to be distance runners, we train to do things in short spurts, whether that's sparring, self-defense, etc. All those things happen quickly, right? And you might say, well, a sparring round lasts 3 minutes. Well, yes, it does, but out of that 3 minutes, only a short amount of time is actually spent exchanging techniques. So you might throw 4 or 5 kicks, 6, 7 hand techniques in a flurry, in 20 seconds and 15 seconds or less, and then the rest of that time trying to set up the next attack or defend or do whatever. So you're more in a rest state. So focusing on this really helps us as martial artists, and you'll notice that in the kickboxing class and black belt class especially, we've been doing this with a whole series of exercises and very regimented time segments. So that's the Tabata principle. That's what your instructors are going to be talking to you about in class. Now, our new exercise for the week, the instructors will be teaching you in class, is what's called the spinal rock. The spinal rock is designed to help work your abs in a totally different type of way, and it will definitely help you with your upper abs, your lower abs, also help your coordination a little bit. The important thing when you do this drill is to really drive the hips up. A lot of people just kind of rock backwards, and they're not getting any kind of benefit of this. When you rock back, your feet need to go up. Then when you sit back up, you should straighten your back, and get good spinal alignment before you roll your back to go up again. So I'm going to demonstrate. Spinal rock starting position is here. Head up, back straight. When I rock back, I'll flex my hips or thrust my hips to the ceiling. Back up. And that's an example of the spinal rock. And your instructors will be helping you learn that better in class so that you can be able to do it. But you can always refer to this video. Remember, start out, knees up, head up, back straight, roll your back, arch up, thrust to the ceiling, down and back into that starting position. And again, when we're in our intervals, your goal is to get as many of those under control as you possibly can, never sacrificing form. And you'll see the way your abs really respond to this exercise. So now, to wrap up today, we're talking about our fitness concept, or not our fitness concept, but our nutrition concept today is about getting protein with every meal. If you aren't doing this, working on this is very important. A portion of protein every meal will help regulate your blood sugar, keep you from body from generating too much insulin at times, and it will help you decrease your cravings and thereby cutting your body fat. So as you work these other things in, 6 meals a day, water, vitamin, etc., make sure you get a set of a portion of protein or a serving of protein with every meal. Breakfast, that might be an egg, 2 eggs, whatever for you. Lunch might be some lunch meat. Snacks could be cottage cheese, yogurt, hard-boiled eggs, things like that. Dinner, steak, chicken, fish, whatever it is that you eat. All right? Well, that concludes our video for this week. And remember, martial arts is like life. You get out what you put in. We'll see you in class.